Hey there fellow gamers, Onerous here with another episode of Let's Learn Dyson Sphere Program. And look at this, green science, yes, the culmination of a multitude of previous episodes. We finally got green science up and running, and look, it's pretty exciting. This is, I call it the last science. I do know that to research the very final you in the game tech, you do actually need the white science. Here we go. This one, mission complete white science, which does come from actually having Dyson Sphere up and running. However, the green science is all we need to actually make that a reality. To get to that point is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. Now, comments from the previous episode. Well, probably the biggest one that I've finally been swayed. Power has pointed out we should be using Mark III belts. And look, there's a lot of places where Mark III belts just aren't going to do much for us. We're doing builds where we've got Mark II belts, and all that's going to happen is it just makes it longer, which in most cases is actually not what we want, because you end up having these things stretching out across half the planet rather than just having a couple rows of them and making it a bit more ordered. However, there are certainly places where we have done some stuff. I'm trying to find the exact location that I'm thinking of, where last episode or the episode before we had to drag some additional belts over top of other belts to get enough iron somewhere. I don't even remember where it was. I'm sure if you're watching this quicker than I'm recording it, then you'll be aware there was a place where there wasn't enough hydrogen, I think, going in somewhere, and we had to have two belts, one on top of the other, and then the other one dropping down. A Mark III belt would have solved that issue for us. So I think it is worth putting in a little bit of Mark III belt production, and I'm going to try and just do it here, because honestly, why would you want to keep going back to AL3, which is just a nothing for us? So let's not copy that one. Let's select our own tower. Just a regular one. Although, an interstellar one could be interesting. We do want to try and put it on a line that's not being used for something. Where are all of our quarter marks? Is this one? This must be one. I don't even know what that guy's doing. What are you doing? You're supplying hydrogen to our science. Oh yeah, that's right. Too close. Foundation support. Well, that tells us that we need some foundation support, doesn't it? And honestly, we're clearly going to need some foundation support there as well, but we'll get around to it. No, not one of those. In fact, it's one of these that we want, so we can sneak it in. Yeah, there we go. Bang. All right. So if we want to build Mark III belts, we need to start with Mark I belts, easy, iron essentially, and then we need motors, turbines, and then we need graphene and supermagnetic rings. Now definitely have supermagnetic rings and graphite in the planet, in the planet's network. I just don't know if we actually have the magnetic rings. Oh, we do. The turbines, sorry. So we have those, and in fact their current supply is fine. So we should be able to get everything we need. I don't know if we have already got gears. Let's do a little test, and we will limit these to the smallest amount. So we'll get some small amount. And if we do have them, we don't actually have drones available where they're being built. But I've got a feeling that we actually don't have them. Did that connect up to anything? It did not. There we go. And give you some drones. Not those ones. Nope. These ones. Probably just a handful of these will be fine. Yeah, so there we go. Okay. We'll clear that one. That'll be fine. So we'll need to bring in some turbines and some supermagnetic rings. Definitely want these down to 100. I mean, this will probably go to 1,000. And let's just get these guys going. We might be a little short, or maybe we've just sent all of these guys out. That's fine. We will, however, need a second one of these. There we go. And this is going to need to be getting some graphene. But look, we're going to store Mark III belts here. And this is where, oh man, this is where it would be really nice to have the availability of personal logistics, which hopefully they implement that, where you can request something from. We're out. Question mark. Where are we producing that? There is somewhere on this planet that we are producing that. The foundation supports, and I think it's over here. I think it's here. That looks like it. We've gone too far. Fly. There we go. It is. Probably at some point we should move that into. There's some research complete. Lovely. We should probably move this into a maybe even an interplanetary logistics, which we can just pop here. And let's make, I like the idea of this. We've got heaps of these things floating around, and a little bit of foundation support goes a long way on any planet. There it is, great. And we're going to say local supply, remote supply. Yeah, that is correct. As far as I'm aware, we don't actually need it as a, we don't need it for anything. How am I going to do this? We'll dodgy this up. As is our way, and then I can just go straight in from there. Nice little 90-degree kick over that one. That's beautiful. And then what I want to do is hit R to swap one of these inserters around, but that's not how this game works. So in fact, we don't want any of these coming back in. It would be nice to prioritize the output here, but I think our output from this line here is low enough that this will empty pretty quickly. Although it did not let me output onto a corner. I have to go a little bit further, which really makes me think I should in that instance do that. I could have done an angle there. Got to get used to angles instead of all the orthogonals. But yeah, that'll be fine. These are doing 3 trips a second. Is that right? Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 9 a second, and there's a little bit coming through there. So we should see a full belt, but we're not. Because we're not getting a third of a belt through that. Anyway, this will give us a much quicker way of doing it. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. Interesting. Wow. Well, I mean, cannot duplicate? What? Craziness. So what's in here? That's 10,000, 20,000. That's 30,000. Wow. That's probably too much. And we've sunk a lot of resources into that. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get back over here. All right, let's power you up. And look at that. Other comment, which I'm definitely going to do is mini fusion power, nuclear power. We're going nuclear. I think that'll just be a fun experiment, if nothing else. Did I just do that? Are you yelling at the screen right now saying, why did you drop all of those things? Why did you drop all of those things over here? Well, the answer is because actually we probably want a couple thousand, don't we? That'll do. Yes. Now, I am aware that in map mode, you can cheese this a little bit. Yes. And pick stuff up. Whoa, I'm still flying. I should not have been in map mode while I was doing that. Anyway, we'll get back to it. Here we are. All right, get some foundation, not veins. This one probably don't even necessarily need to go that far because we're not going to make a million of these a second, but we'll make a few of them. All right. I'm actually really low on belts, so this is probably quite timely. Let's bring some iron out here, and let's let's just go straight out and then straight down here. What is our ratios? What is our ratios of the things to make the stuffs? The belt. So this takes 2 iron and 1 gear, and a gear is 1 iron. Yeah, so that's 1 a second, and this uses 1 a second. So it's a direct insert, isn't it? It's a direct insert. It is. So that means we get to use our super fun little build where we have 1 on either side here, like this. And you are going to be belts, buildings, belts, and you are going to be gears. Components, there we go, gears. Yeah. And then we can just direct insert, direct sort, I guess would be the term here. Okay, that goes in there, that goes in there, and that goes in there, just like that. And now, for the next one, so this produces 3 a second, and this uses 3 a second. You see where I'm going, don't you? You see where I'm going. All right. If we have turbines coming down here, we can then direct insert again, direct sort. I'm going to say insert. Let's accept it. So this is going to change over now to Mark II belts, and we're just going to keep this rolling. We are going to keep this rolling all the way to Mark III. Mark II belts, which is a belt and one of those. Why did we lose an insert? No, there it is. Yeah, it's there. We gained an inserter. That's why. Okay. Let's sort this out. So we'll have you going in there and you going in there. That's it. And then for the last trick, we will do exactly the same thing with turbines coming in here. And what we also need, however, is to bring over here our graphene, and I might just do something like that. All right, let's clear some of these off, because yes, I am going to attempt to do a blueprint here, because I think that'll be the easiest way to actually build this. All right, so if we have this one here is the one we want, so you need to change over to Mark III belts. And apparently we have no graphene because, idiots. Demand. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then for inputs, that's copied over from before, which is nice-ish. What are you doing? No, let's... Sometimes 3 dimensions aren't as nice as you would think. All right, so power for you. Power is an issue. Nope, sorter, please. Okay, you go in there and you go across there. Just make sure these ratios are right. So this is producing 3 a second, and this is using 3 a second. It is wonderful. And then we just need a graphene. Whoops, that one. Yeah, graphene and an output. All right. Graphene and an output, and we're definitely not going to be storing 5,000. I reckon 2,000 is a good amount. We're not going to use 2,000 in the time it takes to make 2,000. I think is the key at this stage of the game. Maybe later when you have some massive builds, that equation doesn't hold true. But here we are. All right, there. Let's get some power. Let's get some power. Now this is where blueprints just suck, really, don't they? Let's not worry about blueprints. Let's just build it, and it'll be fine. Because we also don't need to build 1 million of these. If this is producing 3 a second, we can actually only build 4 of these, and it'll fill that belt, won't it? Yeah. All right. So if I build 2, And then, okay, 2 of you. I wonder how many power poles. We might get away with just 2 power poles, mightn't we? Why do you be like that? There we go. And then if I put a power pole here, no. Let's not go crazy. Let's put a power pole here, and probably connect it up would also be nice. And then we should be able to do 2 more of these. 2 more of these. 1 of these. There. There we go. That is not the right location, is it? No, it is not. And what are we doing? What's going on here? What's going on here? There and there. Okay, yeah, this power pole situation is a little bit odd. It's a little bit odd. And this one needs to go out 1, like that. So right, they're all straight, looking good, and production is beginning. Okay, that's all we need. Get you to come around here and go in there. And we're away. There we go. So this is producing a lot of these, 3 a second, and we actually, we actually need both inserters here to output 3 a second. I just feel like we're probably not getting 3 a second passed across here as well. And for some reason this one already has it. So this is doing, 1.5 trips a second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're doing 3 a second there. If I just copy this one, we should be okay. There we go. So now we have 3 a second out to there, and out to there. So that should, if we had full power, maybe that's why it's not running correctly. But there's a good amount of belts. We can also probably put these in here if I cared to. Yeah, look, just take everything, and take everything. And we've still got 122 of these belts left. Can I put them on the output of this? No, I cannot. That is going to clog up our system somewhat. We are tearing through them. What have you stopped for? We've hit the limit of supermagnetic rings. Okay, well, there we go. Let's just take them all. All right. We now have Mark III belts, but as we can see, our limit is supermagnetic rings. So let's sort out our power issues first. We can build more hydrogen, and that's very much an option. But I thought we had already researched the mini fusion power plant. Here we go. Of course, we need supermagnetic rings, but apart from that, we should be able to get everything we need. We've got another 100 coming in. If I can remember where all these things are. Alright. Graphene, supermagnetic rings, yada yada yada. Let's come over here and fix up some errors that I just saw. Probably gonna have... Oh no, we actually did put those in there, okay. And we just didn't put any of these in here, which is probably not a huge issue, but there we go. Okay. Yeah, so fusion power plant. Where are we going for this? Graphene, yes. Give me a little bit of graphene, please. It's 200 a stack. Yeah, give me 2 stacks of that. Hang on, which graphene did I need? It is the tubes. I only needed 8. We'll grab a stack. That's 2 stacks. And apparently that's a lot of nanotubes, which now we are not going to be able to get rid of. There. Okay. Likewise with the tubes. Our production is too high. Anyway, that's fine. We need some titanium steel, which is somewhere with our sulfuric acid. Must be over here. Must be over here. Well, here's our supermagnetic rings. Can I grab 24 of them? How many do I need? I only need 10, so we can make 2 of these. I've got chips on me. I've got a bunch of chips. So all we're missing is the titanium steel. We actually have a bunch of titanium steel. Look at that. We can build 2 of them. Bang! All right, and that is solely down to our lack of supermagnetic rings, which is something we may have to ramp up, because this setup here is pretty abysmal, isn't it? Is that enough for another one? I don't think it is. Oh, it is. There we go. Suddenly we've got 3 mini fusion power plants. I don't even know how much one uses. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Here they are. So output power 15 megawatts. That's pretty. I mean, it's high for an individual unit. Control fusion reaction of deuterium fuel rods. Now we have a bunch of deuterium fuel rods. However, I do know we will need those in the future for launching our parts, our space parts. Is this our deuterium fuel rods over here? That is definitely not it. That is definitely not it. This looks like something. Deuterium fuel rods. All right. Well, it seems to me that this is the kind of place that we would place a nuclear power plant, and it's probably at the back side of this one, because we still then. Why did I move off the line? I don't know. I don't know why. Someone will probably remind me. I've got a feeling we'll probably be able to pass these through. Let's try it out. Although that seems to be changing lanes. No, that's right. It's fine. All right. We'll just get the last of our regular belts for this. And get some fuel rods out here, please. Bang. All right. We're also low on inserters. We'll go back to base and get this going. Let's see how this thing goes. All right. Communication control level 6. Extra construction zone crafting is great. So our generation capacity is still too low for our demand, and this individual thing, yeah, it is just 15 megawatts. It is just 15 megawatts, which is compared to this, which can only output 2 megawatts. So, I mean, they're better. Oh, we got a milestone for fusion power. Wonderful. We still need a bunch of these to solve our problems. I do like that these fuel rods are lasting quite some time, because our production of fuel rods is not too bad. Although, do these use supermagnetic rings as well? They do. Yeah. So, supermagnetic rings. We have some better production of these things somewhere, don't we? We put in over here. Over here we have these turbines. Yep, we got a stack, an absolute stack of turbines. And is that the limiting factor for these guys? It's turbines and these stupid things. Yeah, it kind of is. All right. So you are supplying turbines. I don't think you should anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to change that over to. You're actually going to request turbines now, because we have all those turbines. Let's change you to demand, and let's see what happens if we do this. Because I think, oh gosh, land. All right. If we get turbines coming out here now, we'll have you prioritize the input down there. What am I doing? Right click. Left click? Yep, there we go. Prioritize the input. We obviously don't need that filtered on the output. So we'll use these ones first, but then we'll take the ones from here. And now all we're missing is some more of this stuff to ramp this up. So all we have to do is expand this with the limited number of belts that we have. All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, that's another 1. Yeah, it's still going to be very slow, isn't it? There we go. Something out to there. That would give us another 3 if we have enough belts to achieve this. 15 belts. 9 belts. 3 belts. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. I think I misclicked that one. There we go. And that means over here we can expand this by another 3. Apparently a lack of item is the problem. Aha. Well, I think the inevitable has come to pass, and it's time to head over. Oh, look at that. For once in our life, Alpha Leporus 3 is not in a super convenient location. Have we researched extra sail speed? I can't remember. I don't remember. Speaking of which, yeah, our fuel is still it's still pretty okay, and I'm still carrying a ton of fuel from when we actually visited the other Al-Nilum system. We stocked up on fuel. Is that too close to the sun? Let's see if we get sucked in. No. All right. Yeah, 2,000 sail speed is still the max. Obviously, didn't use the green science. Be a bit of a waste, really, to use the green science on that, but the green science is ticking down on the vein utilization, which is nice. We need to just stock up from our little place. Our little place. Did we just land in the little place? We landed in the little place. All right. What do we got here? We have mini particle colliders. I think we're okay for mini particle colliders. They do stack to 20 though, so let's make sure we get a full stack. What do we got over here? We've got fractionators. I think we're pretty good for fractionators. Yeah, that's not a fractionator. That's a fractionator. 30 of those. Chem plants. I wouldn't mind having 2 stacks of chem plants. I think a lot of things are using chem plants now. These are oil refineries. We definitely don't need more than 1 of those. Our thermal power plants. We did set up an area of thermal power plants that needed a bunch more, so we'll grab a couple of those. Miners, we have way too many miners for the part of the game that we're in right now. I do know we will need more of them, but for now, that's too many. Same with these, obviously. I think we probably don't need to be carrying that many on us. Splitters, I don't even know where they are. There they are. Power poles. Yeah, we're actually getting very low on those. It's been a long time since we've come back here. I will say that. And yeah, we will still grab a bunch of these because our supermagnetic ring issue is going to hold us back from actually getting those belts going. All right, but otherwise this area is looking pretty good. Look at this. Look at all those charged accumulators just waiting for orbital collectors. Yeah, a few of those. Probably another one of those, something like that. How's that look? Yeah, we'll keep 2 stacks of them. Maybe we don't need 5 stacks of these. There we go. And that should be it for our AL3. I mean, I don't even care if science is working over here or not, which it is, but it can't, like, everything here we could pull down because these matrix labs can't work because they have no green science. So for, like, materials, we could definitely just rip all this out. And most of this planet is doing nothing other than our little mall. So yeah, well, that's what we're doing. All right. Let's head back over here to Alpha Leporus 1, where all the action now is. And oh yeah, our gas giant is in the way now. Let's get some speed to scoot past it. I think it must be, as long as we avoid the gravitational well in the center of our readout, maybe that's all we need to do to avoid being pulled into its gravity. Whereas if we, as long as we center this one, we'll get in there. Maybe. Still haven't worked out what that little sonar radar in the bottom is. If you know, by all means, let me know. It does seem like we are entering the gravity of Alpha Leporus quite easily. We didn't bounce off. Which is always a little fun thing to do. Okay, now we have everything we need. We just need to figure out where we were. We've got belts. We've got here we are. This is where we were. All right. So we've got enough to produce 3 more of these. 3 more of these. Is that right? It was right. There. Lack of item. What am I missing? I know what I'm missing. I know exactly what I'm missing. And there. 1, 2, 3. Let's get these belts coming in. That is still an input. Which one's the output? It's this one. It's definitely that one, isn't it? That one. Alright. Input, output. Why have we got 2? Why do we have... because graphite. I forgot about graphite. It's just not that important because we have a ton of it. There we go. All right. And yes, we do need a power pole at the end here. There we go. All right. So hopefully now we can grab a few more of these, which means that we can make a few more of these. Yep. All right. We need how many to actually break over our limit? Consumption demand is, say, 700. Our generator capacity is 630, so we need another 60 to 90, which is about 4 to 8. So let's aim for 10. Let's aim for 10 of these guys. I could be just grabbing these from... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Can I clear that? Probably right click to clear it, I guess. Yeah, there we go. If we can grab these before they go out. So what I wanted to do is just hold down, click here, and pick them up, which is a little bit slow. I'll give you that. All right. Do I need to upgrade? Do I need to upgrade this belt? I think I might have to. Maybe? No, definitely not. It doesn't seem like we're using as many as I thought we would need. So this is using 3. This is using 1 a second, and this is producing 1 every 1.5 seconds. So 3 of these actually does 2 of these. 3 of these does 2 of these, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can support 10 of these. Wow. Okay. I stuffed that up somewhere. 1, 2, 3, gap, and another one. Okay. I say we can support this, but I don't know about the other materials. Although I think we're okay. We'll see. We will certainly find out, won't we? There we go. Get those inserters going. And as far as magnetic rings go, that should be okay. It's the other things that might not be so okay with it. I'm pretty sure our graphite is at a pretty good level. There's another 4. And that'll get us up to 6. So then we need another 4, which is 40 supermagnetic rings. Oh, it's a slow process. But hopefully this will get us back to positive power. Now we're out of this stuff right here. Out of it. Ah, ridiculous. Got a silly comment. That only stacks to 100. That's sad. And already we've maxed it out. I'm going to start actually limiting these just a little bit less, so that I can put more stuff in here if I need to. So I limit it to 4,800. I can get a couple stacks out of my inventory. I think that's a fair trade. Okay. So now we are getting some slightly better Slightly better output. It's still not fantastic, but we also have a few more of these. All right. So if I do another one collides with another building. This is that stupid thing where it does not like the inserters, does it? All right. What if you go out there, and you go out there? You go out there. Yep. There we go. Gotcha. You go out here, and you go out here. But I don't have the inserter, the sorter put in here. There we go. Fuel. And yes, we'll also need fuel rods. It's probably a good time to check. Yeah, it hasn't actually limited our fuel rod supply at all. Okay, that's good. That's great. This is going to be our power over here. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Oh, the angles, look at that. The angles, you can see these ones here are much more, yeah, the spacing. It's fine. All right, we should have built enough to be able to do that. To do that, I guess, without the inserters. Yep. These building near the poles, it is a little bit goofy sometimes. No, didn't select it apparently. There we go. All right. How many of these do we use a second? Let's do some math. So this provides 600 megajoules, which is 600 megawatts, and each one of these is using 15 megawatts. So that's 15 megajoules a second. That's 2 is 30, 20 is 300, so 40, it takes 40 seconds for one of these to use. So if we have 40 of these, that's 1 a second. I think we'd be okay. Do I have any more of these? I do. I have one more, and one more in. Okay. Let's have a look to see then if this has put our power in a positive light. It has. Look at that. I stuffed up the math, didn't I? I did 10, which is 150 megawatts. I guess. Well, our demand has also dropped a little bit as well. Anyway, that's fine. How's this looking? This is looking a little bit nicer. I don't mind it. It seems to be keeping up. Yeah, we're definitely keeping up with the demand for iron, and we're at 37 minutes. And what do we achieve? Well, look, we made Mark III belts. And we've got nuclear fusion. I feel like that wasn't much, but when you say it that way, Mark III belts and nuclear fusion, if I was a civilization, I'd be pretty happy with that advancement. How is our Mark III belt supply? We've got 2,000. I can't believe it. Okay. Well, that just means we can probably ramp this up to say 3,000. No. Don't be ridiculous. Stick with the original plan. Once we use up these lot of Mark II belts, we'll move over to Mark III belts, exclusive use, and then all our builds from now on are just going to be way too big. But this isn't really costing us much, although the supermagnetic rings is, well, they're very expensive. But we now have everything we need. Well, I mean, we don't have everything we need, but we can start focusing back onto the main quest line and seeing what we need to do that. I didn't even look at the research this episode, which I should have done, but we're almost finished with vein utilization, so that's a great timing to do that. Anyway, as always, I've got to say thank you to my amazing patrons. Not for any contractual reasons, just because I am really thankful for you, for all your support. Some of these guys have been supporting me for quite a long period of time, and it's very, very much appreciated. If you want to support the channel, links down below. YouTube membership, I think, should be probably up by now as well if you want to do that, but I would much prefer you use Patreon. there's a higher cut for creators with Patreon over YouTube memberships. But if you whatever floats your boat. And of course, most importantly, I'll catch you next time.